Disney Vacations, all-inclusive resorts, cruises and family trips to Idaho. Travel to your favorite place and have a celebration. Sandpiper Vacations.
Broadcasting from the Sandpiper Vacations studio. Welcome to Parents' Night Out with No New Friends. The comedy break every parent deserves. This is the podcast where parenting meets pure, unfiltered fun. Real, raw hilarity. It's your night out without the kids, where nothing is off limits. And we say what everybody else is thinking. Whether you're a parent or just need a good laugh, we've got the adult humor you crave. So kick back, relax, and get ready to let loose with us. This is Parents' Night Out with No New Friends.
Tuck your kids into bed, pay the babysitter a little bit extra. It's time for Parents' Night Out with No New Friends. There are so many ways to connect with us right there on our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. All of our social media links are right there. While you're there, check out all of our sweet merch, and for as low as $2 a month, you can be a friend with benefits. Join our clubhouse for as low as $2 a month, and you can see all sorts of exclusive content, cutting room floor, early release on the episodes, and enter to win really cool and great prizes. We are recording live every single Monday night, live on the YouTube at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, some of us every once in a while, maybe on a Monday, maybe on a Wednesday, whomever, whenever, we go live from the Orlando theme parks on the TikTok. That's at the parks with No New Friends. My name is Scott. I'm the host. With me, as always, the scumbag reselling hoarder himself, Chris.
Back to you, Scott.
The Jewish American princess, Sarah.
Hello.
Our emotional support gay, Nick.
You're gonna be popular.
And our producer, Alex.
Yes, producer Alex here. You know what's fun? Going out to my studio to edit a podcast I do every week just to find out they didn't record.
So, how was everybody's Thanksgiving?
Not great.
Stressful. Oh, okay.
It was all right. It's been.
I mean, mine was good.
Oh, that's good.
Let's hear about yours, because I need some positivity.
Okay, so, gosh, I can transition to 4 different topics just within this one. So I'm going to try to keep it to this one so that we can transition later. So we were all sitting around the dining room table, and we talked about this last year. Like, we hate it when there's always a kid at the table going, "What are you thankful for?"
Yeah.
And then last year, out loud, like the drunk uncle that I am, I said cocaine and hookers because you guys inspired me to say that.
We did.
And
I
that's
remember
what we
that.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times.
So this year, my sister makes an announcement. She's like, your niece would like to share what she's thankful for. She's like, now, no, you don't have to participate, but, let's go. So my niece goes, I'm thankful for family. And then, it's going around and everything's like super cheesy and all that. So then it gets to me and I said, I'm just thankful that I was told that this was an optional activity and we moved on. But I opened the next morning. I opened that morning and I opened the next morning and I was exhausted. So I literally had like a window of 2 hours to drink. And boy, did I make the best of that opportunity. I was pounding those Bud Lights. And then we do the traditional, our traditional Johnny Walker red shot with a chaser of beer.
Oh.
And then I did an extra shot.
I like that tradition.
Yeah, I think I've told it before, but it started with my grandfather.
You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to.
Okay.
No, actually, I guess you could. I'll just walk away for a second.
New audience, new host. So it started with my grandfather and my father, and it was it was my dad's father-in-law, so my mom's dad. And they did a shot of Johnny Walker Red and a chaser of beer. And then after my grandfather passed, and when my sister was of drinking age, my dad and my sister started it. And they were drinking off the same handle of Johnny Walker Red for about 30 years. Like, it just, they were doing one shot a year. So then I started having more to do with my family, and I was at Thanksgiving every year. And so then I started jumping in the shot, and my brother-in-law and my wife. So we polished off that handle about, 5 years ago. Well, now it's expanded. It's not just Thanksgiving anymore. It's Thanksgiving. It's Christmas. It's new. It's any holiday.
I feel like that's just any day for you.
It is. It is. Yeah. But it's any holiday like that falls between Thanksgiving and New Year's, and that does include Hanukkah because we do celebrate one day of Hanukkah with my brother-in-law who is half Jewish,
which falls on Christmas this year.
It does fall on Christmas this year.
Do you get double presents then?
I get double presents every year.
Oh, yes.
But so we finished off the second handle ever in a matter of like 2 years, two or 3 years.
Wow, as soon as you started, that
But it was really cool when we polished off that first handle, that original handle that my dad and his father-in-law were drinking off of. I took the bottle empty, and my sister, anybody who drank from it, we made her handprints, put our handprints on the bottle and signed it for my dad.
I thought you were going to say you all got COVID, but
I mean, wouldn't surprise me. But Chris, how was baby's first Thanksgiving?
Yeah. So started off the day before when we thought, it'd be really cute for her to have a turkey meal for Thanksgiving. So we went to Target, got the pureed turkey, and heated it up, gave it to her, and she gagged so bad. And it smelled like cat food. I don't blame her. So did not do the turkey meal. Thanksgiving Day was cool. Yeah, first Thanksgiving we found like a puree of turkey and sweet potatoes. So it's basically just sweet potatoes. Okay. So she had that. I didn't get
Is she on like regular food now? Just grind it up or?
Like once a day she has that. Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Does she have
not
any
for
teeth
nutrition. Yet? No. Okay. So like it's really hard for her to eat French fries. It takes like 3 hours for her to eat a couple of them. Which is what we did today on my first day watching her, which I'll talk about later. So
first day watching her.
So I should say first day with unsupervised parenting. So on Thanksgiving it was just stressful because everyone kept coming up with like dabs of things on their finger wanting to like feed her, like, oh, here's try mashed potatoes, and oh, here try this and try
some whiskey.
Like, you can't do that.
But why not? If it's like mashed potatoes,
because there's so many different spices and stuff in that, and we don't know what she's allergic to and whatnot. We have to keep track of it. She's a dairy intolerant, Scott. So that's the other thing. Like if something's made with butter,
there's too many spices.
I am.
Well, she didn't
trying not to get killed by my wife. Yeah,
this would help her poop.
No, the prunes do. The organic prunes. The organic free range prunes.
That are $80.
Yeah, not the
oh my God,
Aunt Louise's
parents.
Sweet potato casserole.
The organic
has like pecans or pecans or whatever you guys call them in it, and nutmeg, and I don't know what you kind of get, butter. So I don't know what she can or can't have. So we have to
can we talk about the fact that you're saying there's multiple people trying to stick their finger?
Yeah, they just all want to be the first person.
Did we not learn anything? Back to COVID. Did we not learn anything then?
My baby is now a super spreader.
Yeah.
We had to puree antibiotics the day after. We had the day after leftover sandwich. She had antibiotics. No, but it was overall it was good. We took her out for Black Friday shopping the next day, which just isn't fun anymore.
No, what's the point? Everything's purchased online.
Oh yeah, I used to go out at midnight. And it was amazing. Not even to buy anything, just to observe.
Yeah. Nobody cares anymore.
No. It wasn't fun because I used to have to work in that shit, and I stopped supporting Black Friday after that.
Scott thought it was something else. So he never went out. So I went to Walmart.
You know who didn't stop Black Friday shopping? Most of America. $10.8 billion.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I thought the economy was bad, guys.
Well, that's all credit cards.
But if you're still shopping, you can contact me to book a vacation, sandpipervacations.com.
There we go. But before I end my spiel about my holiday, I go to Walmart and they start Black Friday early. I go to Walmart. They say, check out our Black Friday deals. I'm like, man, it's September. Like they started them all the way back then. It was so like I go there on Black Friday. Everything's sold out already.
Yeah, nothing special. Yeah.
So, but I digress.
Nick, was anybody trying to stick things in your mouth on Thanksgiving?
Oh, I kind of wish. Unfortunately, I stuck an edible in my mouth, so we'll start with that.
There you go.
So our family is not drunks like yours. So I don't know how to put that politely.
So we passed around a joint.
They passed around a can of beer.
Like a few of us had like a couple of beers, but nobody got intoxicated. But I'm now at the point that I need to be stoned to be around this family. So I went back to Lima. Which,
did you see Rachel Berry and Finn Hudson?
I did not. He did.
Oh yeah, he died.
He died. We can't talk about him. So
he's the one that jumped off the balcony, right?
No, he's the one who overdosed. Wait, who jumped off the balcony?
The guy that went One Direction.
Oh,
I mean, it was in One Direction.
Guy.
Oh, that's One Direction. That's not New Directions. One Direction.
Yeah.
Not from
Truly
Glee.
was only One Direction for that guy.
Oh my God. Well, the story of his life is real short.
Anyways, so Piper and I had to go back to Lima. Sean had to work Thanksgiving Day. Shocker, he works in retail.
I'm sure he didn't have to work. He just wanted to. He's like, I don't want to go to Lima.
I wish I could have said I had to work that day.
We all thought Lima was a made up place for Glee.
Yeah, is that where the beans are from?
So yes, it's named after the Lima bean.
Is it actually?
Yeah. We had our city mascot was literally a lima bean.
Oh my God.
I guess it would just be a bean at
we
that
had a
point,
mascot.
right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So Lima's not my favorite place to go, and I have so much hatred, I guess, for that city. We'll say hatred, just because after being through therapy and stuff, I realized Lima was definitely not for me. It's a small town, and they've actually built it up a little bit more. So we went to a bar, which I'll get to in a minute too, that looks like a place from Glee. But I did Thanksgiving at my dad's side of the family, and I'm just not as close with them anymore. We don't bond, I guess, like I used to with them, just because they annoy the crap out of me.
It's a good reason not to not bond.
So yeah, I got high, kind of just sat in the corner half the time, just because it was a really awkward setting. Like, my aunt and uncle weren't talking to my mom and dad for some reason. I don't know.
Good.
I don't know what's going on. If there's drama on their side. So yeah, it's not a place that it's not my fun vibe that I want. Like, I want fun people to be around, and they're just not for me anymore. So, we decided to stick around another night in Lima. So
it sucks there. So we're like, let's stay
so
one more
bad.
night.
I didn't want to go.
Here's why.
I'm going to stay another night.
This was a last minute decision, and here's why. So I get a last minute
at gunpoint.
I get a last minute text message saying like, "Hey, the cousins are all going to a piano bar Friday night."
Oh yeah,
So I'm like, clearly
the gays do not turn down piano bars.
There's a piano bar, and I'm like, okay, but
That's like Mecca.
But my mind also went to the fact that there was a full-blown conversation between the other 7 people that are talking about this piano bar that I was not included in, and I was an afterthought. So that's where my downfall went to this. And I'm like, why did nobody think
They
that's
had
me?
FOMO.
So I had FOMO. I decided to go. It was a really fun time. So this piano bar, it's a new bar in downtown Lima. If you want to call it downtown, they have an 8-story building. So I guess you can call it a high rise, I guess. So we go to this piano bar. We're having a good time. Me and my cousin, I'll say her name, Kristen. She does Scott Metz last year.
One.
She's the fun one in the family that I get along with. She gets high, she drinks, she has a good time. The rest of them weren't as fun as us because like we're singing out loud with the piano guys, like they're calling people up on stage and stuff, and we get called out because we requested hot to go. So the rest of the
Pink Pony Club.
The rest of my cousins at my table are like, people here are not going to know hot to go. I'm like, well, they should. So he did it. So the guy called it out, and nobody knew it except for us. I don't know.
That's insane.
Do you guys know hot to go, right?
Absolutely.
Pink Pony Club.
What?
You guys are
homophobic.
I feel awful right now. I wish you could see my face.
Oh, we wish you could.
It's the YMCA for the gays.
Exactly.
Wait a second.
Yes.
Wait a second.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm gonna look it up.
If you go on TikTok, there's literally millions of dance moves, and it's trending like all over the place. It's a dance. It's basically the YMCA, but yeah, like you said, for gays.
Wait, is it
Oh, the
a
YMCA
new
was the
song?
YMCA.
Yeah, I just didn't know the YMCA was.
H-O-T-T-O-G-O. I guess, yeah, the YMCA was gay. But
Yeah, I didn't know YMCA was for straight people.
There was a other band. He kind of, I feel like turned that. Wait, is this the new cat that we're hearing?
Was that on my end?
No, it's mine.
Oh, I was gonna say because it could be.
Spoiler alert, there could be a new cat later in this story.
It could be.
So we get on stage, do Hot to Go, and nobody knows it, but we're teaching them how to do the dance. And the piano guy knew it, so we loved it. So I'm sitting next to my one cousin, and she pulls up an app on her phone, and she's like, no, different cousin.
Oh.
That one's
The
single.
ugly one.
The hot one's single, so.
Gotcha.
So another one, she pulled up an app on her phone, and her husband's blood sugar was really high. So it gave her like an alert.
So she's a helicopter spouse.
Essentially. But
She's using Huckleberry app?
I don't know what it's called.
If my wife had that app, if she got that notification, she would be dancing for joy. She would update the wheel and move along.
I can see that. She'd be
Give
like,
it a thumbs up,
she'd be giving you all the sugar.
Yeah. Her phone on Do Not Disturb.
So
She's like, have another donut.
So apparently when this happens, I've never seen it before in person, but he basically froze up. So this guy like is literally sitting in his chair. Like he looked like he was like super intoxicated, but like could just hold his head up. So we're like, what should we do? How do we get his blood sugar down? We're trying to force feed him food really fast and water.
Wait, so he was there?
He was there.
He was there and his wife has the app.
Yes.
Does he have the app?
I'm assuming he did, and she showed it to him, and he just kind of like shrugs it off.
It's like, let me have another
At
beer.
that point. So fast forward to 911 getting called because he basically was almost unconscious at that point. So my brother and some other cousins like take him to this elevator to take him down to the first floor, and they're trying to carry this 6'5",
Oh my God.
250, 60-pound man to an elevator. But they were dragging him by the chair to get over there. He literally fell out of the chair in the elevator. So this is literally like, in my mind, I've watched a lot of like 911 lately. If you've seen that show on Fox.
Oh, yeah.
Such an amazing show. I've watched a lot of that, and I'm just like, this is real
Quick,
life
someone give me a
911.
pen. We've got to put a hole in his throat.
And we're calling over the microphone for an EpiPen, and nobody had anything, so we get 911. We're like,
His
getting them
blood sugar
downstairs.
goes high. Get me an
I
EpiPen.
don't know what we need. Nobody needs.
me
Guys,
some
move out of the
Narcan.
way. I've watched the doctors.
We're going to do an incision from his chest to his belly button. I got this.
We all had a little bit to drink, but
Nick scrubbing in with the iodine.
I was ready for it.
It's like, turn your head and cough. It's not that kind of ailment, Nick.
Hey, he's not blood related, so
But you're about to be.
So as we're getting him in the elevator, me and my cousin Kristen noticed a guy filming
The
us.
hot one.
The hot one. Noticed a guy was filming us. And we're like, we're in Lima, first off. I'm like, at that point, this should be a normal night situation, getting 911 called. But I'm like, why are you trying to film us? So my cousin's going off on him, but we're just
And did you get my good side?
Meanwhile, your cousin's dying in the corner.
like, yeah, literally somebody's
The
dying
elevator.
and they're trying to film him. I don't know if they thought maybe he was just super intoxicated, but we're like, tell him what's happening. And the guy like didn't seem to care, like he's going to delete it or anything. And
No, if cell phones were around during the Titanic, instead of getting on lifeboats, they'd be filming the thing sinking.
And I'm like, is he trying to get famous in Lima? Because I got his handle. So,
Yeah, you did.
so long story short, he got to the hospital. They gave him what he needed. Everything calmed down. He's fine the next day. But
thank goodness. They were gonna be like, long story short, he died in the elevator.
It was a very eventful. Well, and that's where my cousin started spinning out in the parking lot. She's like, "Oh my god, they turned the lights off on the ambulance. That means that he's dead.
Oh my god,
and they're not gonna rush him there." And we're like, she's like, "I saw it on TV once." And we're just like, everything was like literally a movie in real life. But
now that's a night out in Lima.
It was such a stupid like thing that happened that we can laugh about it now at least. But
yes.
So yeah, Lima, it's interesting. I had fun at the piano bar, to be honest, but it's not my cup of tea. The people there are very not fun.
It's middle of nowhere, right?
Yeah, I mean it's a big town in Ohio, I guess, but it's still middle of nowhere. Yeah, it's literally corn and beans growing there.
Like throw rocks and shit for fun. Like throw rocks into.
They
lakes.
join glee clubs there for fun, Chris.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yep, that's about it.
Sarah, how was your Thanksgiving? Or should I say, how was work?
Yeah, right. I did. I worked that morning. It was not bad, thankfully. So I was able to get out at a decent time and rush back home. We didn't do anything with my family, actually. They decided that they were going to do their own thing. And
do the Jews not celebrate Thanksgiving?
No, we do. It's actually my favorite holiday. So
yeah, but you're not really that Jewish. We've talked about this.
We have, yes, yeah, that's true. I go by that because that's what you call me.
You're a Muslim.
It's close. But yeah, we didn't really do anything with my parents. So my amazing husband made me all of my traditional sides and everything that I love, and had a little Thanksgiving here with me before we went to his family's house, and then had everybody there, hung out for a while, and yeah, got home and crashed.
Nice.
Yeah, it was nice. It was quiet. And then I had to work the next morning, so couldn't really do anything else anyways.
My wife had a really cute printed t-shirt that says, "I'm a side chick." And I got excited because I'm like, oh, she's somebody's side chick. So does that mean that I can have a side chick? Just even the playing field. If she wants, if she wants to be someone's side chick, that's fine. But so like I'm starting to ask her this, and then I read the rest of the shirt. And it says stuffing, sweet potatoes, green bean casserole, like different sides.
That's a nice, witty, depressing shirt.
Yeah. Anyway, but before Thanksgiving, the week before, we haven't been on here. I saw Wicked on opening day.
Oh my god,
the porn?
No, no, that's what you keep searching.
Yeah, I have this. My friend has this illegal streaming service, and I searched for Wicked on there, and there's a lot of adult movies called Wicked.
Oh,
yeah.
I've watched a lot of them. They're great.
I might get into these too.
Yeah, they're about to be popular.
Just not as popular as me.
But Nick, I know you've seen it.
Oh my god, I'm so mad that I couldn't see it during opening week because I think I was on my Virgin cruise when it came out, and I just kept seeing. Of course, my entire Facebook feed was blowing up with it.
Oh
Everybody's like, go see it. And
yeah, I've seen every scene. Everybody's posting clips.
Yeah. I feel like the entire movie's out there somewhere.
Oh yeah,
there's so many pieces of it together at this point, but I've seen it 6 times on Broadway.
That was my next question is, have you seen it on stage?
Yeah. So I've seen it on stage. So I knew for me, I was so excited to see this movie come to life. Like we've been talking about it since the first time I watched it.
Right.
Which I think was probably in like 2007, maybe.
I'm going to be honest, I'm shocked that you watched a lot of Broadway, Nick.
I don't know.
You can't even say that with a straight face.
I can't say anything with a straight face.
Say it with a gay face.
What are you talking about? Yeah, 6 times. First time I saw it was in Chicago, or most of the time I saw it was in Chicago because they had like a full set there, or a full year-long performances. My ex lived there at the time, so I used to go all the time and get the lottery tickets for it, where you could sit.
Oh, cool!
You pay $25 and you sit in the front row.
Oh, wow!
So that's why awesome. I've seen it so much. It's such a good show. I remember actually one time seeing it. Go ahead.
Yeah, one of my favorite stage shows, if not my favorite.
Literally, one time that I watched it, I was sitting in the front row, and in comes next to me, literally 2 Mormons in their entire Mormon outfits and stuff.
We're like, bitch, this isn't the Book of Mormon. You know that, right?
So I look over.
By
at
the way,
them.
fun fact: they don't like that show.
Really?
Yeah, I had some Mormons come to my house one time, and they started talking to me, and I don't like to be rude, so like I had 4 different Bible study sessions with them, and they're like, well, "What do you know about the Mormon faith?" And I said, "Well, I know that you can have as many wives as you want, which is why you're still here talking to me." And they're like, "Oh no, we don't really do that anymore." I'm like, "Oh,
Not interested.
not interested." But and I said, "Listen, I know they made a great musical about y'all," and they're like, "Yeah, that's a little offensive for us."
And that was a good musical too.
Okay.
Yeah. So literally sat there next to Mormons. I'm right behind the conductor too, which was like for me being a band nerd too, looking down and seeing the orchestra. Like,
Yeah.
that was like one of my highlights of it. But the conductor turned around to say hello to everybody. And I just remember him looking at these Mormons and he's like blank stare. He's just like, I don't know what to say right now. So what does he do? He gets on the phone and I know he called backstage and said something to them because you could tell the cast is like looking down at them the whole time.
Guys, we got Mormons in the front row.
But yeah,
Are
so
they that obvious? I thought they just were like suits.
No, they wear white short sleeve shirts with the black tie and the name tag.
Oh, yeah,
They always
like
have the name
IT
tag,
people.
Elder something.
Yeah.
That's right. Elder something.
Elder.
I love that.
Yeah, it's such an amazing show. It's such a good story. It's awesome to see 2 women empowerment and seeing them become friends. Essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a weird concept for me. That's why I don't know if I can get behind this movie.
Well, you're not going to like it because there's so many comparisons with, a weak man gaslighting the nation into believing that a strong woman is
Yeah,
a
would
evil
never
person.
happen.
Never happen in your life. Sarah, have you seen Wicked yet?
Okay, I'm so glad that you guys can't see me. I have not seen it, and I have zero interest in it entirely.
Okay, why?
Why?
I just, I never got into it as a Broadway show because I do love Broadway. I never got into it as that. And then I'm sorry.
Sarah, just say you hate the gays. Just say it.
Okay, I'm going to say it. I really do not like Ariana Grande. I have 2
That's
kids
fair.
staring over my shoulder right now.
Okay.
That's fair.
It is fair. I'm not
really
an Ariana. Go ahead.
It really has nothing to do with her, truthfully. I mean, like, I'm not a big fan of hers, so I'm not, going to be one of those people that's like, oh, I'm not into Wicked, but I'll see it because I like her, because I feel like a lot of people are doing that as well. But I don't know. I've never been a fan.
Did you like The Wizard of Oz?
I've seen it a few times, but I'm not like a
Who invited her?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not like a cult Wizard of Oz follower. That's not my cup of tea, but I can appreciate it.
I know who you voted for.
Oh my God. But I was listening to Chicago today and I was belting it out because nobody was home. So there's something. Hairspray.
No, that's not-
Come on,
no.
give me something, guys.
I'll give
No,
you something.
you're-
Big holiday coming up for you
Miz.
next month. Right after
everything.
New Year's Day.
Yeah. Happy January 6th.
Like Chicago is a good film adaptation.
Tell us you stormed the Capitol without telling us you
Listen,
stormed the
did I
Capitol.
not tell you, I think last time that we were at Disney, that I had a terrible realization that The Hunchback of Notre Dame, as we know, is my favorite Disney movie. And I was listening to one of the songs recently, and I found out that the holiday that they celebrate in the movie is on January 6th.
Yep.
So this whole time I get all excited for this day, and then the correlation. So
And now
I'm sorry,
you're even
guys.
more excited.
Turns out I have
You have
been
so much to
celebrating it.
celebrate. So much to
Okay.
celebrate.
It's so much to unpack here. Okay.
Something Scott has never heard.
Sarah, I'm not a big fan of Ariana Grande either. I think she's a terrible actress. I don't think she's funny, and her voice is one step below Britney Spears.
Scott does like her feet, though.
I do love her feet. I'm a fan of her brothers. Frankie
Brothers?
Grande, he was in Big Brother.
Oh, okay.
Sarah, she absolutely slayed the role. I mean, vocally, she crushed it. Acting, she crushed this role. And I was reluctant to be excited about this movie because of her. And I will go see it again because of her. If that makes, she was that brilliant. It is so good. Now, have you heard the soundtrack? Do you know the story?
I absolutely not. I have here's the thing. When I tell, I'm so glad you can't see me.
You're like a child who's like, I don't like.
No, because I have my own other cult followings that I like. It's just for me personally, I never, ever got into any form of Wicked at all. I know nothing about it.
So you have no desire to see something that you know nothing about.
She saw the trailer, Scott, okay?
Because, do you guys want to learn all this stuff I've been learning about lately on National Geographic? That's what I've been watching lately.
I give it a try. How did you know you liked sex the first time?
Well, that's
you have to try it.
It was Lewis.
Have you seen my husband? He's wearing sweatpants.
Hello. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna watch it because I think I'll like it, but I don't like this. Like what I've read about, I don't like the storyline of it. They go to college.
It's the story of them growing up. It's before
what, there's college now.
It's before they get to Wizard of Oz.
The school of shiz.
Yeah, it just sounds so stupid.
It's Oz.
And why would Glenda and the Wicked Witch of the West be friends?
You have to see that. I don't want to tell you.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna read the book first, though.
When they're first at school, they hate each other.
They should. They're mortal enemies,
and they do. But it's this whole evolution.
There's a different reason why they hate. That you learn why people hated her.
Correct.
Because she's a witch. She's the Wicked Witch of the West.
Witches.
I've been watching a lot of Descendants lately with kids, and that's what I feel like I'm watching.
Not the same
that's
thing
what I feel like I'm
Looks
hearing.
pretty close. And then I saw a clip because I've seen a million of them online, and the Wicked Witch of the West is crying, and she's not melting.
Oh my God.
It's ridiculous. And all these cringy people taking videos about crying watching the movie is really turning me off. It's really turning me off, Scott.
What if it was me crying on your shoulder?
And we're talking a little bit different.
And I haven't even seen the second Twisters yet. I still refuse. So that's the level I'm at.
Okay, that I understand because
Does every movie
Twister's
need a
like your
prequel,
favorite
Scott?
movie. I'm sorry?
Does every movie need a prequel?
This is a special one.
I don't know. I'm gonna watch it.
Okay. Here's a great question for you. Okay,
I'm gonna watch every other Wicked though first.
If you watched Star Wars Episode 1, that was the first one that you've ever seen. Okay,
yes, it was.
But you knew because Star Wars has been around since the 70s.
Right.
You knew that Anakin Skywalker. Spoiler alert: Anakin Skywalker becomes Darth Vader. Okay, you know this.
I was 6,
and you go see Episode 1. Stop it. You go see Episode 1, and you see this sweet, innocent little boy that's in love with a girl 3 times his age.
If you don't talk about that enough, that they get married.
We don't talk about that enough, but this is not a Star Wars episode.
It can be.
But you'd be sitting there going, how does he become Darth Vader? It's all part of the journey. It's all part of the story.
Why is there a college? There's no college in Episode 1 of Star Wars. That's just stupid.
Because they were essentially real people.
Nick, please help me. Yes, please help me. I need help from the gay. I need help from the gay.
Come later. Just like somebody else.
That was in the other Wicked movie I watched.
Don't talk about me, Nick.
That's in part 2. It's the backstory of Glenda the Good Witch who's the Wicked Witch she is Witch of the North, right? In the Wizard of Oz.
Glenda the Good is the Witch of the North. Yes.
Yes. And then there's Elphaba, who's the green one.
Why'd they give her that name, first of all?
Because of the creator of the Wizard of Oz, L. Frank Baum, Elphaba.
That's ridiculous.
It's genius. I love how they're adding on to a story that's a tale as old as time, essentially. Like,
yes.
So, did you ever see Oz that came out 10
Awful
years
movie.
ago? I liked it, but
it doesn't hold true to Wicked.
I saw The Wiz.
Completely different.
Where does that tie in? Does Michael Jackson have a cameo in this one?
Michael Jackson does not have a cameo.
How about the Skeeters? Wait, what are they called?
The Jitterbugs.
No. The from Return to Oz, the Skeeters.
The Wheelers.
The Wheelers.
No, that is
the
a
Skeeters
sequel
was in
to
the
Wizard
other
of Oz.
Wicked movie I saw. Sorry.
He saw little munchkins in that one
Yeah,
too.
I get them all mixed up. Yeah.
It's basically it's what you see when they get to Oz, basically when Dorothy gets to Oz. So you see their life before Dorothy gets there is the story of this. So Dorothy doesn't exist yet. This is way before she comes into town.
Wicked essentially takes place over a couple of years. Now, Act 1 is like their first year of college, essentially, but the second act takes place over a little bit of time.
Yeah.
So where's the college when Dorothy gets there?
It's in a different part of
magically
Oz.
disappeared.
There's a whole map of Oz.
Yes, there's
L.
a
Frank
map.
Baum wrote several Oz books.
And he wrote about the college.
No,
Because it was horrible creative decision.
no, this was someone taking L. Frank Baum's work and creating a backstory.
No, that was Big College paying whoever wrote the story. Like,
I know you guys can't reply because I'm doing this post edit, or I'm doing this while I edit, but there also is a Oz tabletop RPG role-playing game that takes place in this world. It's such a big, vast world that someone was able to make a whole game out of it. So it's not just as simple as the movie Wizard of Oz. There's so much more to the world of Oz. Have not seen Wicked yet. Can't wait.
Listen, my favorite version of this whole story is that viral video that goes around, Hold up. Her sister was a witch. You know that one, Scott? You've never really?
that's a good one. Yes.
That's my favorite version of the story.
Yeah. That's
You
my
guys have
Wicked.
never seen that,
That's
really?
my Wicked, Sarah.
Honestly, I will watch that video at least twice every time it pops
Oh, is
up.
this the one with him saying like his sister was a witch and she
Yes.
was
Yeah,
in the
she came down
wheelchair?
in a bubble, Doug. Yeah, the whole thing. Oh, that's my favorite version.
Well, there's a whole
I don't know if I've seen that one.
Nick. I'm thinking that you and I should just get some more gays on here, and we'll just do a Wicked podcast.
I can't deal with this anymore.
I mean, this is one of the greatest Broadway shows of all time.
It was it's a great Broadway musical show as well too. But what they did with this movie is added
It is
more
the greatest adaptation
in-depth, yeah.
of a Broadway show to a movie of all time, and to me,
It's gonna win.
this is a
Oscars.
top 10 movie of all time. That's how good
That's
it
a
was.
bizarre statement.
It's gonna become a very quick cult classic movie.
You just I was picking up what you were laying down. You
as
just lost
people
all
are.
credibility.
As people are literally dressing in green face paint to movies now.
Speaking of which,
God.
so my daughter is home alone one day. Okay, I'm at work. Rachel's at work, just home alone, and we get a picture. She has painted half of her face green, and I'm like, we don't have any green makeup at home. And I'm like, sweetheart, that looks amazing, but what did you use? That slime glue. Did you read the instructions? Does that stain your skin? So like, she sends us a picture. It's me and Rachel and Abby's mom all in this group text. And we're like, I hope it comes off. Like, I hope it doesn't burn your face. Now, granted, the shading that she did was on point. Like, she may need to get into professional makeup because it looked fantastic. I'm putting it in our Discord chat right now. And if you want to join our Discord, just go to our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. Our Discord is free, and you can join there anytime you want. There is a members only site where you get to see Sarah's secret stash. We never really did anything with that, but so yeah, just super concerning, but it spoiler alert, it did come off.
Good.
Did come off. Now, Nick, I am determined. My daughter and I are going to learn the dance from the end of What Is This Feeling? That's like viral everywhere.
I want to learn it. I want to do it.
So do I.
Are they with the books?
Yes, with the books.
I mean, Bo and Yang too. Let's talk about him being in the movie.
Bo and Yang was brilliant.
The gay
That's racist. I
Asian,
don't think you can say that anymore.
gay Asian from SNL is.
Oh, he's in the movie, really?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
He basically plays Glinda's sidekick that follows her everywhere. She's the popular one. She's the one that everybody looks up to. But yeah, it's incredible. The dance moves, the
Great
choreography, the
cast.
music.
Jeff Goldblum as the wizard.
And they sing live.
Yeah,
Let's talk
they
about
sang
this.
live.
They actually
Yep.
didn't just record voiceovers. They sang the entire thing live, which is amazing.
It was really good. It was so good.
I know. I'm like, I don't want to spoil it for people that don't know it too, because I'm like, I know what happens.
I know.
In part
I know.
two, essentially.
I know.
So
because that's the thing is, Chris is like, I don't understand. How are they friends? She's bad. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And he's going to see Act 1 essentially and leave just as confused.
I think that's what a lot of people didn't realize too. And I, as a Wicked fan, I didn't realize until probably like 2 weeks before that there's 2 parts and they split it in half. And I knew the Broadway musical is almost 3 hours long.
Right.
But
Nick,
the
I'm
first
getting
movie is 2:45.
I'm getting sucked into all the clickbait with people going, I just don't understand. Like, how does this happen? And I'm like, tell me you haven't seen Wicked on stage without telling me you haven't seen Wicked on stage. And I'm getting sucked into all these people saying dumb shit about it being just like, I just don't understand. And I'm like, oh my God, did you not see part 1 at the beginning of the movie? And at the end, it said to be continued.
Yeah, and it's like, and Chris, you see the monkeys coming in. It's the last part. You see hints of not Dorothy, but the Scarecrow, the Tin Man.
I did
So
see all the. I did read all the articles.
There's lots of
about
stuff that
already.
leads up to the Wizard of Oz portion of it.
I'm very excited. I saw the little lion in a basket. I saw the silver slippers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I saw.
Stop.
No
You're going to
monkeys.
give things away.
All the Easter eggs that they throw in, amazing.
Yes. So listen, it was fantastic. I love it. Nick, did you wear green or pink?
I had green and Sean had pink.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I wore a green sweatshirt and a pink shirt underneath. And I went outside. I ran outside and I was showing Rachel. I was like, look, I've got a green sweatshirt and I've got a pink undershirt. And then her and my mother-in-law were just like staring me at. I go, guys, perhaps I am gay.
Yeah. Welcome to the club. Yeah.
So
we took Piper too, which was amazing.
But she
because
loved it, right?
We had her watching The Wizard of Oz this week. We had her watching Oz. There's a new cartoon out recently. It's a cartoon series of The Wizard of Oz. So she's been loving it, and we watched the movie together. She absolutely loved it. She actually sat still for the 3 hours.
because it's amazing.
Yeah.
Sarah, that should show you right there. Like a 7-year-old sat still for a 3-hour movie.
And she was asking questions too. She's like,
My 10-year-old sat through Titanic on her request.
yeah, Piper was even asking.
And
those
Titanic was a
questions.
good movie, right, Sarah?
It is my favorite.
See? Kids.
It's a bad movie.
If a 10-year-old can sit through Titanic and a 7-year-old can sit through Wicked, they're both great movies, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, just go see Wicked.
Good
And you
movie.
will thank me. You will
You
thank
pay for
me.
my ticket. I'll go.
Done.
And my popcorn and my candy and my drink.
When the kids are in bed, Google Wicked. You'll thank me.
All right. So, Sarah, yesterday was Lewis's birthday.
It was.
Happy birthday.
And he got a new pussy?
No, I got that today. On a whim.
Oh,
Late birthday present. Little threesome action?
So yesterday, actually, he was working on his break. He had to work yesterday. I know.
that's wrong.
I know.
What job?
I took a whole week off for my birthday.
What jobs? Well, he has like 5 jobs, so.
That was racist.
Well, he was doing IT work before this, was he not?
Yeah.
He was on FaceTime at work trying to fix his computer for
That's
me.
true.
So
That's true.
Very kind of him. I went to literally buy cat food, as one does. You know, I go in, I look at the cat that's up for adoption. So cute, so nice. Taking pictures, videos, self-control. I leave. Fantastic. But then I go into work this morning and I'm talking to my coworker about her cat, my cat, whatever. I start showing her pictures of this one yesterday. Well, in walks another coworker and he decides to say, oh, well, look what's at the Humane Society right now. I was just looking. So the Humane Society is only 15 minutes away and it opens very soon. So I pulled up and I waited and I walked in and I looked and looked and looked and pet and, whatever. So anyways, I walked out with a kitten. It's 2 months old. I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but yeah, I wish my camera was working so you could see how cute.
So Louis got a new pussy.
Yeah. So now, yeah, he's got quite a few.
Wow. Wow. And it's young.
Yep. So now we've got.
Is he looking for a wiener dog anytime soon?
He would absolutely call you and Sean first. Don't you worry. Top of the list. So I did do a really good job yesterday of practicing self-control because the woman took the cat out of the cage and she's like, he needs a home. Look, he loves you. And I said, okay, well, what do you have to do? And she says, you sign a couple papers, you pay $100 and you get the cat. And I'm like, that's so easy. Can you not do that to me? You're enabling me right now. And then Lewis is on FaceTime doing exactly the same thing. I practiced the self-control and I got in the car and I drove away. But then today it was
to the bank to get money to buy the cat.
It was, he's so cute and I had to have him. So now he's hanging out with the girls.
And what's his name?
Well, the Humane Society gave him the name Nitro.
That doesn't count.
But
Yeah,
we're
that
not
doesn't
sure.
count. He doesn't know his name yet. You can
Well,
change it.
no, but I kind of like it. That's the first time I've actually kind of liked the name.
Nitro.
Well, first of
only if you do it
all,
with a British accent, yeah.
we love Fast and Furious, right? So,
I was
it kind
thinking
of
American
feels like a car.
Gladiators.
And then my husband's Puerto Rican. Hello, coffee. He drinks Nitro brew all the time. So I'm just saying it works.
I'm Nitro, the Spanish cat.
My Salem came with the name Creed. So, like the band.
Oh.
I mean, I like the band.
Sorry
if I get any hate for that. But
that's Pearl Jam. Sorry. I don't know any
old.
Creed songs. My Sacrifice. That's the only one I know. Yeah, I didn't know that Creed was a Christian band, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think.
I guess
I've
the
heard him
name
do
kind of gives it
someone.
away.
It should. It should. But the music video, like My Sacrifice, which by the way was filmed at Universal Studios, they flooded the streets of New York during Halloween Horror Nights. But anyway, like the video itself, it doesn't seem like it should be a Christian rock band. But yeah, Creed is a Christian rock band.
well, maybe that's why I changed his name. It was unintentional, but
Gotcha.
I'm kidding.
All right. Well, that's exciting.
So eventually you'll be able to see him.
Yeah. We're having all sorts of camera problems with Sarah. On her computer, it wasn't working. And then she called Lewis, the IT guy. He couldn't get it. So then she switched to Lewis's computer and it's still not working. It's really
It's
weird.
working somehow on one screen, but it's not going to work unless I restart. So
Yeah.
sorry, guys.
We're 47 minutes into the episode. It's fine.
Yeah, I won't do that to you.
Chris, your wife went back to work today.
How did you know that?
Yeah.
Huh?
How did you know that?
She texted us.
We in
Or
our
you
group
posted, like, a
chat, we
million
were all like
pictures.
wishing her luck, and Nick said take lots of pictures.
Well, she posted like a million pictures of every single
No,
day
that
of the
is
baby
true.
too.
Yeah.
It was every hour. Every hour of the baby's life so
like
far.
we should all be like concerned for Emily because this is her first day without the baby,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
we are. But we're more concerned about the baby because this was her first day with you.
It was. And the baby decided to learn how to crawl yesterday, the day before Ellie goes back
So
to
you got
work.
no video games in today.
No, I put up, we don't have any gates yet. So I just I just moved all the bookshelves.
This kid's almost a year old. How do you not have any gates?
Nah, I just didn't put them up yet, Scott. I'm not gonna lie. I got them all. She can't crawl yet. She started rolling. She's a roller, man. But now she can crawl. She army
is Sarah.
crawls. And she tires herself out a lot. She took so many naps today because she's just crawling so much. So anyway, first little mishap of the day. She's on the floor crawling around, and I'm not watching her. And I look over at her, and she looks up. She looks up at me like she's Harvey Dent or after the face burns off. You know how he's like Two-Face with but it's all liquid on the one side. Like she's not injured or anything. And I'm like, what happened to you? I go over to her and she's giving me that gummy smile, which is the cutest thing ever. I go over to her and she's got just vomit over. She's two-faced, but with vomit all over the side. I was like, I guess I still have to burp you. I guess that's a thing still.
Yeah.
Because I didn't.
Just
Yeah.
because you learn how to crawl doesn't mean you stop with everything else.
Yeah, I sent you guys pictures. I did strategically position her hands into a place where she could hold the bottle and feed herself, which is really cool. And when it gets to halfway done, she doesn't know to lift it up all the way yet. So I made a contraption. It's essentially like a hamster water bottle holder, but for humans. And it just clips onto the side of her little thing, and she just
perfect.
hands free, just can be able to suckle on the bottle. So that's pretty good. So I've eliminated at least 10 minutes of time that I have to be doing that.
I feel like you have this dad thing down already. Like,
Yeah,
all the,
I get like
all the silly tricks that
Because
adding is
easy.
Yeah.
if I can find another like half game of Madden to be able to distract her for, I'll be sitting pretty. So that was that. So I had to change her. I put her in a really cute outfit today too. It was pretty sick, and she threw up all over it, and that was not cool. So I told her not to do it again. So I'm sure she won't. Now, in preparation of Emily going back to work, I did a copious amount of research.
So you chat GPT
on how to raise a baby,
actually.
or
I watched the full season 1 of The Mandalorian. So I'm at the part. I'm at the part in my daughter and I's journey where I just need a black guy with a sword to kidnap her for a couple weeks, and I don't know exactly what to do. So I feel prepared for anything now. Yeah. No. In all honesty, I woke up at 6:30. Got downstairs by 6:45 because I gotta wake up. Gotta get this crossed out of my eyes, right? And it's downstairs by 6:45. Hung out with her for a little bit. She napped twice, and then Emily's mom came over at 11. So, it's like, hey, you have all fun Mondays. You want to come over and watch, hang out with the baby? No, she wanted to. So she'll be over. My mom will be over at like 5 a.m. tomorrow, probably.
Yeah, who do you have lined up for Tuesday through Thursday now?
Oh, my mom will be here every.
it's like a full rotation.
Yeah. I will. Emily will come home and say that she misses Ellie. I'm gonna miss her too because I won't see her all day either.
I'm looking forward to the day that you actually have her all day.
Yeah,
by yourself.
No, it's fun. We
I
teach
a lot
her
of pictures and videos.
I will.
But
we do a
like
lot
edited.
of absolutely. We do a lot of Miss Rachel because it looks kind of like Emily. So she looks up at the TV, and Miss Rachel goes, "Hello," and Ellie just smiles so much. So I just rewind it every 30 seconds. Whenever she gets upset, I just rewind to the very beginning, and then she stops. Did I send you guys the video of the Muppet Show when her screaming to the Muppet Show theme song?
Yes.
Yeah. So that was today.
Yeah, Miss Rachel's like newer, isn't she?
Yeah, like the past year, I think.
I just like heard about her, but on TikTok, basically. But
yeah, she's really good. She's really good.
It's like our kids basically
the Miss Rachel that I Google is very good too.
We had
she was in Wicked, I think.
We had what's his face, the Blippy guy.
Oh, Blippy, yeah. Blippy creeps me out, dude. Blippy would break into and Blippy would be the guy with the sword to steal her. He meets all the criteria.
You like it reminded me of like these little milestones of when Piper was a baby too.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, you didn't put up the gates yet. Have you done the cabinet locks yet?
We're not going to do that. No, we're not going to do that.
You just let her.
We had them on like forever.
No, because like she'll be trapped in the one room when the gates are finally up. Like she won't be able to get out. No, the only thing that I'm worried about, I kind of want her to learn like just don't go in there. The only thing that I do want to do is just anchor things to walls. Like I have a bookshelf that I could knock over by walking by. So if she like rolls into it, like she is huge. I think I told you she's in the 81st percentile. Congrats. I thought I was Jabba the Hutt and she was crawling. I think it's the other way around. She is huge. I tell her all the time. Oh God. She's literally the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Oh my God, poor kid's gonna need therapy at 18 months.
Oh yeah. Well, she needs some physical therapy to lose some weight. I'll tell you that much. No, she is blown up. She doesn't have a neck. Her neck is gone. It is gone. She's went from a double chin to just chin. It's just chin now. She's a solid. She's a solid. I can just throw her around now. I did my first power bomb to her the other day. Took her like a champ. Oh,
Wait, what?
What's a power bomb?
Look it up. It's a wrestling move.
Oh.
Her legs are up here, and then you just throw her down onto the ground. It was very soft, and I supported the neck. Although I don't have to because she doesn't really have one. She's very sturdy. Like I'm not worried about her anymore.
She bounces back.
I'll tell you what. If she fell off the couch to this day, I'd have to get her from the basement. I'd have to retrieve her through the floor in the basement.
Oh my god.
She is massive. She is massive. I tried doing that thing where I throw her up and catch her. And catch her. Almost broke my arm. She is so heavy. She's 18 pounds now. She's
18 pounds.
She's 18 pounds. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's cute when babies are fat. Not obese.
Okay.
She's not obese.
She's not obese.
No, she's not obese. This is, but she does. I am still looking for her neck. I do have to clean her neck out so she doesn't get that cheese neck. I'm so scared that she's gonna get like that cheese neck that babies get.
Oh, okay. Real talk.
Yeah.
Make sure you clean the rolls underneath the neck.
I do.
Because, oh my God.
I have a bidet just for that. Yeah, I have a bidet just for that. I have a handheld bidet that I squirt on her.
Chris puts her under the pressure washer.
She loves it. Yeah. She loves it. It's efficient.
It gets so gross in there. It's like,
yeah, no, I can't do that. All the crevices, the armpits, the neck.
Yeah, once you clean that out, you pretty much have blue cheese salad dressing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, things are going pretty well. 24 hours in, I'm exhausted. Had a long day of worrying about my mother-in-law taking care of her. I'm just kidding. No, she was great with her. She had a really good time.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have a Jersey man, Florida man today, but there is something I wanted to discuss with you all. So on HBO Max, there's this gem that Nick turned us on to.
No, it was my husband that did.
Yeah. Sean did. And I finished all the episodes in like one night. And Sarah watched a couple episodes. It's called It's Florida Man on HBO Max. Now, it is amazing. The first one right out the gate is from Orlando. And he goes, I'm currently a Disney cast member. And I was like, I don't know that you should be doing that. And he talked about how someone hired him to cut off his toes, cook them, and eat them for $4,000 so that the guy could go to a concert. Brilliant. Amazing. And these are all reenactments with like some pretty, like some bigger name celebrities. Like you have Asian John Krasinski playing the guy who wants his toes cut off. And then you've got Juliette Lewis plays the crazy rabbit lady.
I'm trying to remember because Sean had it on. He had it on the background, so I wasn't fully paying attention. But I remember that episode, and yeah, it was all big name celebrities doing it. Though,
yeah, so good.
I want to go back and watch now.
We have to talk about episode 4 for a second, and we're gonna turn to Sarah. So, episode 4 takes place in DeLand, Florida, which is very close to Deltona and Daytona, which is where Sarah lives.
What's your address, Sarah?
I'll let you know. I literally drove to DeLand 2 nights ago, and it took me 10 minutes. So,
right.
Yeah.
So you watched that episode.
Unfortunately.
And within a couple minutes, you came to a realization. And what was that?
The realization is I've been in the service industry way too long because I recognized the guy who was the Florida man. And I don't know where I recognize him from. He's one of those faces that like you can't forget.
Correct.
But and then when I looked him up on Facebook, it's even worse because I have mutual friends with him.
Oh my gosh.
And he works like right down the road from me and the whole thing. So then I was waiting to see who his partner was in all of this because they didn't show him. They weren't interviewing him. And I'm like, please, I need to know if I know this person as well. So then I start becoming an FBI agent through Facebook, trying to find the connection, and unfortunately never did. But I am a little traumatized by it because you said Volusia and I was like, okay, I just for shits and gigs, I got to go on there and I got to see if I know this guy. And for once I actually did. And it was Oh God, awful.
So did you recognize the guy who tried to set the trailer on fire, or the guy who owned the trailer?
No, the guy who tried to set the trailer on fire.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, as soon as he popped up and he said his name, I saw his face and I'm like, oh God, why do you look so familiar to me? And then that's what prompted me to go on Facebook and see. And I'm like, crap, he's in the same industry as me. Those are our mutual friends. I know I've seen him in some respect. Like, I don't know if he worked with me or if he was a regular somewhere I worked, but he's just got one of those faces. So, yeah.
See, now,
I didn't like that.
I felt like I recognized his ex.
You know, he with the teeth that were like half falling out of his
yeah.
I kind of felt that way too in a weird way, but that guy could have just been any person walking down the road.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, okay, so he could have been. He was like him and the guy who in episode 2 who went swimming in the lake and got his arm
Yep, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, I know I've walked past him before.
Yeah, that's like the mountain people that Chris talks about.
Yes, very similar.
Yeah, he really gave me hope though when he said, you know, if I can do it, anybody can do it. He's got a freaking like church dedicated to the swamp.
Yeah, he does. Now the guy with the teeth, like I used to work in Sanford, which is not that far away from Deltona. It's about a 20-minute drive. And really, like Sanford is really the first city that actually has anything. Like if you live in Deltona or the DeLand, you're driving either to Sanford or Daytona to do anything.
Yes.
So like people would come from DeLand, Deltona to Sanford. And like I feel like I've seen that guy before, but
this is really sad, actually. It really is.
Yes. I highly recommend this show. It was so good. How about did you watch all of them, Sarah?
I paid attention pretty much up to the mermaid episode. I think that was episode 5.
The mermaid one's really good. But yeah, the guy who clearly was addicted to meth, who swam in the swamp and got his arm and then got all emotional. He goes, I'd do it again. I belong in that swamp. And it was my mom.
His mom.
Yeah, my mom had to take my arm to save my life.
Oh,
I don't know where he was, like Bradenton area or something.
Yeah, it was like
that.
Manatee Lake or something, Manatee County.
Because I love how they panned over to like the park ranger or whatever he was, and he's like, "Can I take a picture of you guys? This is really cool." They've never seen a film crew before.
They've never seen a video camera before. Both of them. Like he was on FaceTime with his family. He goes, "Can I show you real quick?" And he goes, "Sorry, thanks, guys. That was just for the family." And then this other guy who was like this alligator expert, wildlife preserve guy, like he's the professional in this episode. And he goes, "Hey, can I take a picture of y'all real quick?" Like they had never seen people before.
Oh, wow.
With technology.
It's wild because, you know, like the people that they choose to interview, because in that same episode, they went to that lady who had the rods, you know, that.
I think she was in Wicked.
She's like, I don't know if she's like a medium or what she does, but she's like sensing the energy and all that. I'm like, why are we choosing? I mean, I understand we're trying to pick the most Florida people in Florida, but like.
It's very Floridian.
It really is. Like, these are your options for interviews. Really? But then I also know that if I walk 5 minutes down the road, I could run into any of these people. So next time one of you guys wants to come to Florida, you can come to my neck of the woods instead of going to the most magical place on earth and see what it's really like out of sight of
Sounds like the most
area.
tragical place on earth.
See real Florida. Watching this movie now, it makes sense to me that Trump got reelected. Hey, Chris, you got any Cliff Notes?
I do.
It's been quite the show. A lot of stuff's happened, so nothing can stop this little boy from recapping the day the Chris's Cliff's Notes way.
So in recent news, Joe Biden pardoned his son for all his crimes after repeatedly saying that he wouldn't. He said he wasn't going to do so many times. I haven't heard a lie that many times since Scott said, "Mary, you will always have a spot on this podcast." Nick wanted Scott to share his Thanksgiving story because he said he needed some positivity. Now be careful, Nick. Magic Johnson said the same thing in the 90s.
Oh my God, too soon.
Wow.
He's fine.
Nick,
actually.
Magic Johnson was a basketball player.
I got that part. Thank you.
He got AIDS.
Scott said that his family tradition of taking shots is now performed before every holiday instead of just Thanksgiving. Now, at this rate, Scott, you will all be taking a shot of Johnny Walker before your AA meetings. Oh, gosh. Sorry, Sarah. I made a joke about me thinking that Sarah was Muslim. Now, obviously, this was a joke because I know there's a ton of porking going on in that house.
You know, it's chorizo.
You talked about how Sarah has a cat with the Hispanic name, Nitro. Better get that paperwork done by January, Sarah. That thing's getting sent right back to Mexico.
It's in my name. It's okay.
We talked a lot about Wicked and that Jeff Goldblum got the role as the wizard. Now, I feel really bad because Scott said that his lifelong goal was always to become a grand wizard.
Oh my God.
And those are my cliff notes.
Thank you so much, Chris. Sarah, I went to Hollywood Studios today by myself. Had to do some Christmas shopping.
How was Justin?
Well, listen, I just went to go Christmas shopping, the annual pass holder discount. And I did go see the 115 Indiana Jones show. Mm-hmm. And it was both Chris and Justin, my favorite two. Oh. Chris was Indy, Justin was off-duty Indy. So now I know their schedule for Mondays.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
But so here's the real crime, Sarah. As I'm looking around, I go into the holiday section, and of course the Hanukkah section is this small little end cap.
Always.
Which we expect, but I like to get the Hanukkah shirt for myself that I wear on Hanukkah. There's some fun stuff. I got you the Loungefly from last year. So I'm like, oh, you know what? Let me go see what I can pick up for Sarah. I'll get something from it's the same stuff from last year.
Yeah, they don't have any creativity when it comes to my people, okay? They really don't. We get a menorah that lights up. Which I love, by the way. I love my backpack, but that's the theme that they go with no matter what.
Yeah, well, clearly they didn't sell enough last year, and they're like, we're gonna try to sell it again.
I'm not sure how huge the Jewish population is in that area,
Yeah, I guess, but here's the thing. So it doesn't sell, but you have to put it out, because if you don't put it out, there's going to be 3 Jewish people going, oh, this is I'm not getting my representation. But then they won't buy anything because it's too expensive.
Literally me.
Dude, Jews don't spend money.
That's me every time. I'm like, oh yeah, thanks for the representation on your end cap, assholes, and then turn around and not buy a single thing.
You think the marketing team would be better at that and be like, oh, we should discount this. Just automatically discount it every year.
Like I said, I have pretty much one of everything already because they're not creative, so I don't need to buy more.
That's true. But Nick, you bring up, if they put a sign up there, like today only 10% off, and just put it out there every single day, they would sell out that day.
Black Friday didn't get me for a single thing.
But Cyber Monday did.
That was an in-person purchase. And if I'm being realistic, when I got in there, they said, well, the deal this week is buy one, get one cat.
Oh,
I swear to God, it was a $50 adoption fee at the Humane Society. And then it was buy one, get one free. I'm like, no, thank you. I don't need one, let alone 2. So I guess I did practice self-control today.
You managed to buy the one thing that will just continue to cost you money.
I know. I told Lewis that yesterday. I'm like, as we're talking about this, it is like at least a 15-year commitment. You're buying double litter,
Only
double
9 in my
food,
house.
Whatever. Well, we can't say that. My oldest is 12. Okay.
You're on borrowed time, Sarah.
Stop. Don't say that. So now I've committed myself for the next 15 years, something like that.
You're committed. All right. Sarah, what are you doing with the girls this week?
Well, it's looking to be like in the lower 30s in Central Florida this week. So I'm going to be underneath 14 blankets on my couch.
It's cold. We're not used to this,
What?
Nick. We don't have the clothing for the weather that we're experiencing right now.
I do. I just don't want to utilize it. I want it for fashion, not for necessity.
I'm like,
you know?
it got down to like 32 today, and I was like, I'm over this already.
Yeah, you should have seen everybody at work today because obviously working in the hotel, everybody, from up north is like, oh, are you cold? Are you okay? Wearing their shorts and t-shirts.
Actually, it's 26 right now. I just realized.
I actually
It's
wore
freaking
my
cold.
Spirit jersey at Hollywood Studios today. I never wear long sleeves at the parks, ever. That's how cold it was.
Yeah, Scott doesn't have the clothes. That's why he's just packed on the weight.
It's like, yeah. So the larger people don't need longer sleeves. They just, you're going to sweat it out anyway.
It's like 30 degrees. Scott's like, is it hot down here? Or is it just me?
Nick, do you and Sean have any plans with Piper this week?
Well, Sean can't make it, unfortunately, but I'm surprising Piper on Wednesday and taking her to The Grinch, the musical.
Is that another one that Sarah hates? She just hates green.
She might. It might be a green people thing.
I like green, guys. We know this. There's multiple things that are green that I enjoy. The Grinch is in that category.
Money, weed, and when Lewis uses slime paint on his penis.
Just not green cards, apparently.
So I haven't told Piper yet, but I was able to get lottery tickets for the Grinch musical here last minute. So it's one of her favorite movies that she likes to watch for the holidays. So
Nice.
This is what we're doing.
Chris, you and Emily have anything going on with 11?
Yeah, I'm going to be keeping her alive this week, Scott. That's my big plans for the week, is just keeping her alive.
All right. And I don't know that I have. Oh, we've got Christmas pictures this weekend at my mom's. That is always a delight.
I thought you were going to say like Sears or something.
No. Sears is out of business. We don't have any Sears.
JCPenney.
If we have 3 minutes, I did actually take Ellie to see Santa.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be 3 minutes because that's the whole time we spent there. Emily said, I really want this done this year. Yeah, sure, first Christmas. It was $150 for 10 minutes. And you get like 5 photos, right? Her mom took her and Ellie out to a boutique and got her a $50-some dress, right?
that she spit up on 3 minutes later.
Well, she pooped on the way there. That was one thing. But so we take her in there. She looks adorable. We have the green bow. We got her green sparkly shoes, white high socks, the white and gold dress, and I put her on Santa's lap. And she looks
Immediately
up at him.
screamed.
She looks up at him and starts screaming.
Oh,
Yeah, so
That's essentially
never had
every baby's
we
first
never
Santa
had
picture.
a picture like that. I'm so mad.
yeah, I'm sitting there. I was sitting there livid because I just wanted to get up and just get whatever photos we could. And she said, "Do you want me to take some pictures with you guys in it?" I'm thinking like, no, I'm in a hoodie and jeans. Like I didn't come dressed for this. It's just not for me. But so. The Christmas photo, which you guys will be receiving, is great. It's Santa made a crying face next to Ellie, and it made it fun. So it turned a really stressful and bad situation to a really funny one, that she can recreate when she's older.
Yeah.
Really funny.
Listen, don't be mad about every first baby picture with Santa is screaming.
Yeah. I took her iPad away from her, so next year she'll be smiling.
There you go.
Or no Cocoa Melon.
Alex, where can our listeners find you?
Just search up Disneyverse, DIZNEYVERC, and check us out. We are, if you don't know by now, we're a Disney History Podcast starring myself, the Sophisticated Gentleman, Ryan, and Chris. Those three who you hear on this podcast on a regular basis. You can even hear Nick on the podcast once in a while. And we do special episodes called Destination Diz, where Ryan and Nick talk about park information and news once every few months.
Nick?
You can find me on social media at Sandpiper Vacations on all social media platforms, and Instagram at Emotional Support Gay Knit.
Sarah?
You can find me on the Whatnot and the Instagram at Old Soul Thrift.
Chris?
You can find me on Instagram at Chris Yob. You can find me on Whatnot every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. same username, Chris Yob, which I am going to change pretty soon when I can to Yabba the Hutt.
Nice. And you can connect with all of us. All of our social media links are right there on our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. While you're there, check out our sweet merchandise. Also, join our clubhouse for as low as $2 a month. All that exclusive content that you can get. Also, if you listen to us on Apple or Spotify, please leave us a 5-star rating and review. We really appreciate it. Really helps us out. And check us out every Monday night on the YouTube, where you can watch us record this thing live, completely unedited, raw, unfiltered. On behalf of our producer, Alex, Nick, Sarah, Chris, I'm Scott. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time.
See you later, Poopy Bus.
No new friends, just the old and